Hello again, this is Heero Uzuki with part 62 of my Fallout New Vegas Let's Play, the game in which we walked into the armory that was Vault 34, braved the radiation and the largely ghoulified population, and walked out of there with some guns. Oh, did I say some guns? I meant we walked out of there with a shitload of guns. And I am most happy about that. Most happy indeed. Anyway, probably see about putting this gun to work, at least a little bit. And we're gonna do that by jumping over to Camp McCarran, do a little bit more work for the NCR, and see about finally getting Boone's companion quest unlocked. Yes, I believe we're past due for that. Here we are, walking. Such riveting gameplay, isn't it? I know where we should start off.
Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed.
If you say so.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
Quite.
Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for.
Is that so?
We captured an honest-to-God Centurion of Caesar's Legion recently. Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion, from Caesar on down, will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But
So kill
here's
them with
this
kindness,
guy, who's an
okay.
elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him. Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate.
Or who's scared for his
Except he
life.
hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
I'm sure you got the really fun job then. You got the job that everybody wants around here.
Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice. Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband.
Ouch.
But even if we did,
Marital
I don't know
problems.
that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. Asshole's too valuable.
Call him hurtful names.
Yes, and
Like
one
stupid,
time I
stinky
thought I
poo-poo
saw
head.
a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye.
How about roughing him up?
I like the way you think. Have I said that yet?
No,
Problem
you just
is
did.
that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There are some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR.
No, I'm not.
Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination.
Not completely. Just occasionally.
I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this.
Doesn't look like the singing
When
type.
you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born.
Sounds fun.
We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
Neat.
That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in. Long time no see, Celus.
Lieutenant. I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
Oh
How
my.
sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles.
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it.
Those two get along
It
great,
cuts in
don't they?
just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the caller you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus, if you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come
Sounds
on
fun.
in. He's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in.
You're taking
you
all
can
the
pick
fun
them up
out of
from the
this.
locker on your way out.
You mean I can't blow away his shins and or kneecaps? She is taking all the fun out of this. I still got to keep 2 weapons, though. Ha!
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
Ooh, catty. I'm here to kill you before you talk.
You're nothing. You're some inept mercenary the NCR is paying to supplement its own incompetent soldiers.
Keep telling yourself that.
No, listen. Caesar's secrets are safe with me. I stayed alive because Caesar would have wanted it. I'm useless to him dead. I've told them nothing. They've gotten nowhere. I'm a Centurion, for Christ's sake. I deserve his trust.
No
You
exceptions.
have to let this go. I'll disappear. No one will ever see me again. That was always the plan in the first place.
Also deserved.
No, that's not what I meant. Lieutenant, this man is trying to kill me. He's not who you think he is.
All that shouting. Honestly, Silus, you get free room and board. The least you could do is be a good guest.
Lieutenant, this man is an agent of the Legion on a mission to kill me.
My, we have an active imagination today, don't we?
Think about it. Is it worth the risk? You need what I know.
Then start talking.
Well, it sounds like the two of you are becoming fast friends.
It'll be your head.
Fast
if I die,
indeed.
Lieutenant. You'll be disgraced.
You know what? I think you're right, Silus.
Of course I'm right.
Except, I don't care, because it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it to never have to hear you say another word, Silus. Carry on.
Lieutenant! You don't have to do this.
Sure I do.
If I'd killed myself, then I would have been murdering one of Caesar's greatest soldiers.
You
Either
were
choice is
captured.
a betrayal of the Legion, as I see it. I've done everything Caesar ever asked of me, and this is how I am repaid. With assassination, I ambushed countless NCR patrols and wiped them out so that our operatives could move freely. I waited for him to dispatch us for 3 days, never questioning why the headaches he complained of would hinder his ability to command. I haven't breathed a word about the officer we planted here. He continues to radio intelligence to Caesar's camp nearly every night. I've proven my loyalty. All you're doing is killing a loyal soldier. If that's Caesar's policy, then I say his empire will crumble. What? What do you mean?
I was bullshitting you.
No, you slimy bastard. Nothing I've said will change the outcome for you. No force can hold back the tide of the Legion. This camp and everyone in it will burn.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist.
Thank you.
So think of this as your commission.
Oh, and trust me, I very
Yep,
much want
see
to
you
beat
around.
his face in. But I stood to gain more by, psychological warfare than simply beating him to death. Would have been fun, though. Hi,
We're all
Colonel.
impressed with the work you've done for us. Thought you might be able to make use of this. It's a key to a little hideaway south of here. We've used it as a place for rangers to rest and resupply. I thought you might get good use out of it.
Neat.
You don't cook by any chance, do you?
Nope.
Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word.
Oh, I've gotten him to speak.
As in chem fiends. Biggest gang of raiders I've ever seen. Nothing like addiction to swell your
Maybe
numbers.
you've seen.
Psychotic
I've seen bigger.
and completely unpredictable. They set up shop in Vault 3 to the west. Every day they attack our positions and my men repel them. But every day there's more of them and less of us. I sent one of my rangers after their leader to try and destabilize them. He didn't return. Hell of a thing, losing a ranger. You come to depend on them, and they come through for you so often, you forget it can happen.
I can probably find
That
him.
vault is a hornet's nest. If you have second thoughts, no one would think less of you for it. But if you can get him home, it'd mean a lot. Watch for civilians, too. The fiends have been kidnapping locals. They just walk right into people's homes in the middle of the day and take them. But the man you're looking for is Bryce Anders. Anders was trying to find the leader, Motor Runner. You hear something like a chainsaw? You've found Motor Runner. Put a bullet in his head, and you'll have some new friends around here.
Neat.
Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out. Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands.
So he's admitting that things are out of his hand.
Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements, and it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in. Bye.
Bye.
You got something to say, or do you always look like that?
What's that supposed to mean? Bitch, I just helped you with your... Fuck. Whatever.
Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis.
Hi.
Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold weeks ago. You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd or Sergeant Contreras, maybe.
Maybe.
Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor.
Is that so?
Later.
Much. Wait. Hold on.
You're back.
Yep.
Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious? I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it.
Ghosts?
Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. He left on a dangerous assignment.
So I heard.
Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any way to check up on him. I don't know him very well myself. I seem to remember that he was the man to call on if you needed someone to get in and get out quietly. Colonel Shu would really be the person to talk to. Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't find signs of forced entry, but I've had reports of someone sneaking into the control tower at night. It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military base love affair.
Is it, though?
Kids
Is
today. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most soldiers around the base don't have that. Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there, just a bunch of old communications equipment. If you can find out any more, I'd be interested to hear it. There's something about this I really don't like. And if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally.
Shame for you.
Not the kind of things you like to see go missing. No witnesses yet. I've got my money on Sergeant Contreras, who's supposed to be in charge of distribution, the little weasel. But he's too slick to let anyone catch him doing it. We've searched
He's all
his
greasy,
possessions a
like he's
dozen
covered in
times.
butter.
Nothing. Good. The more guns you can recover, the more I'll be able to use to shoot Contreras for being inept.
Neat.
Yep. See you around.
Speaking of Contreras, let's go ahead and run over here real quick. That way. Want my gun back on. I'm gonna need it in a little bit.
You look like someone in need of a reliable supplier.
Maybe.
Take your pick. Are you implying I have some kind of secret under-the-table stash I only offer to certain clients? Because that could get a man in trouble.
Just saying, you seem pretty resourceful. I could be pretty resourceful.
Now you're talking my language. I do have an expanded inventory for people I can trust. If you're willing to do a little legwork for me, I could give you access to my stash, and at a discount.
Neat.
Many of these items aren't available in the NCR, and you'll be hard-pressed to find them at a better price anywhere else. Well, I can't exactly go wandering off the base whenever I want, you know. They're already suspicious. I can hear the MPs now. Gee, Contreras, I didn't know you had so many friends in the gun runners. Speaking of which, guess your first stop. You're
Silver
just
Rush?
passing a little note to a man named Isaac for me. I want to know which girl he likes.
Alright.
Great, let me know what he says. They're almost a straight shot north from here, up past the sharecroppers. Bye.
Bye. I'm amazed you didn't say anything, Boone. Okay, and just for the sake of the quest, we're gonna go ahead and talk to one more person. Good old Sterling. That way. Well, this assumes I can find him up and about.
Hey.
Oh, here he is.
Howdy. Name's Sterling, 1st Recon. Can't say I've seen you before. I'd remember if I had.
Kinda sorta got here.
Got a good memory for faces, landmarks and such too. Comes with practice, that's all, and a lot of scouting from place to place. As a matter of fact, it's funny that you'd ask. A couple nights back, I was on watch in the yard. Got myself a habit of looking all around, not just where I'd expect to find trouble. Old habit, but it saved my hide on occasion. Around
That's,
about 1 in the morning, I spied some lights in the control tower. Now that's the 3rd time I've spied those lights, mind you. And every time I ask about it, they tell me the place was empty. I'm just saying, didn't look empty to me. No trouble at all. Might be nothing. Couple frisky young folks looking for a quiet place to snuggle up.
Maybe.
That light is mighty
Or maybe
consistent.
it's someone looking to cause
Always
trouble.
there at 1 a.m. Might be worth a look. Always a pleasure. Keep yourself safe.
I try to. That's a little too late. Or maybe not. We might still be able to pull this off. Maybe. This isn't absolutely necessary, just doing this because I get the EXP for it.
Lupa, this is Frumentarius Picus. Over.
Go ahead, Picus.
Afternoon patrol enters Fiend territory at 1300. Have them mind that stretch.
10-4, Picus. Fiends will be alerted.
Roger, Lupa.
What's the status of your primary mission, Picus?
Charges are set. Detonation will occur as the train leaves the station. Over.
How long?
Couple of minutes. Over.
10-4. Keep us updated.
10-4. What are you doing here? You don't have clearance.
I don't need clearance to catch a spy.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I think you do. Frumentary Picus. Headless Picus.
Heads up.
Thank you. Okay. Almost done. Just need to disarm the bomb now, and all is well. And we'll have gotten 2 more points towards Craig's companion quest. I mean, we technically only need 5, but I figured that we might as well go ahead and do this. It doesn't hurt to do this. It doesn't hurt to have the extra points. And done. Hey, Colonel, I took care of your spy problem.
You're back.
Sorry. Wrong person.
Look who it is. I haven't had the privilege, but I'm told you've been an angel on our shoulder. What can we do for you,
Really?
Camp McCarran?
Yeah, and here I thought I was a little devil. Ah, well.
No? What happened? Curtis? He's been in the NCR long before our conflict with the Legion. There's just
Which is
no
why
way.
you never would have
I
suspected
hope
him.
you're mistaken, but somehow I don't think so. It explained a lot. This is much worse than anyone expected. There could be others, too.
Good.
You've done everything that was asked of you. You have my personal thanks for this. And I'll make sure you receive the credit you deserve.
Neat. Alright.
Bye.
I've got other things to do. Alright, Boone, buddy.
Pisses me off that Legion slavers can just operate on NCR turf like that. If we hadn't caught up to them, they probably have a clear path to the river. No one to stop them. There should be patrols, checkpoints. We got greedy, overstretched. Now our own territory is insecure. I was in a lot of places with 1st Recon. I don't really remember.
Must have been.
There was a miscommunication. Not as much as you'd think. We did what we were there to do. A lot of people got killed. That's war. Maybe looking back, you do things differently. But that's not how it works. In the field, you hesitate, you or someone you care about will die. They teach that from day one. You don't come out of a tour of duty without regrets. It's best just not to think about it.
Do you think about it a lot?
Yeah. Always. Even when I sleep.
Maybe you should go back?
I don't think so. It won't change anything. And that's a memory I don't want refreshed.
Actually, let's get going.
A face-to-face meeting with House, huh? NCR would kill to be in your shoes.
I'm sure they would.
I've got your back.
Alright, let's play the waiting game for just a little bit.
Hey, I thought some more about what you said. I think maybe you're right. Maybe I should go to Bitter Springs. I don't know what I'm hoping to find there.
You don't know? Well, if you don't know, who knows? Who does know?
Nothing. Dream. Just tired of thinking about it.
We'll make it a point to stop
I
there.
hope this isn't a mistake. Yeah.
And there is that quest. Okay, well, this seems like a good enough place for us to stop, so let's do just that. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, then consider hitting the like button, the subscribe button, leave me a comment, and hitting that bell to stay updated with more videos from me. With that, this is Heero Uzuki, signing off. So much to do around here, so little time. Unless you have the gift of the silver tongue.